Hey, what's up? It's Miguel, and in this video, we're going to talk about respect and how to generate respect in your life as a man, right? So in my life, I focused on three main areas that I've noticed that have generated respect. These three main areas are physical prowess, your ability to socialize, and also your ability to earn money. Okay, so we're going to talk about that now. If you don't know me, I'm Miguel. I'm a web developer. I teach web development to people all over the world because I really believe it's one of the best ways for you to achieve personal and financial freedom in your life. So let's talk about these three main areas, and we're going to start with social skills, for example. Okay, so social skills are mega important, right? And one of the easiest ways to improve your social skills is to just listen to people more. People generally don't listen to each other nowadays. Everybody's just paying attention to their phones. If somebody's talking to you, you might get a ping on your phone, you might get distracted from the conversation. People love it when you listen to them. Okay, and in sales, I really learned this. Listening to prospects and asking good questions, so active listening, where you're listening to people and asking good questions is the best way to improve your social skills. And in addition to this, live an interesting life. Okay, so people can also ask you questions, right? So do interesting things, do fun activities, because this is really going to help lubricate your social interactions in the sense that people are going to want to ask you questions. They're going to want to, you're going to be the center of attention if you do interesting things, because people just like interesting people. They want information from you to basically improve their lives and make them less boring. People are bored nowadays, very, very bored. Okay, so if you listen to people and make yourself a more interesting person, be it through traveling, be it through just doing interesting activities that people don't generally do. For example, like boxing. I played rugby for a long time as well. People ask me a bunch of stuff about rugby because they're skills that people are interested in but generally don't get into. Okay, so a lot of people like to watch, for example, MMA, right? They like to watch rugby, they like to watch sports, but they never really get into them, right? And physical sports are also challenging in the sense that you have that physical element to them, right? Where they're a bit risky on the body, we could say. There's pain involved, right? And there's a little bit of courage in managing stressful emotions, that kind of stuff. So people generally don't get into these sports because they seem as risky, but the people that do get into the sports become a center of attention because of the fact that they're sports that people are interested in, but they don't do, right? So traveling is also a really good one, right? If you travel, people will ask you about different places. If you just do interesting things in your city, right? You're always out and about doing things. That's a great way also to become an interesting person. So if you want to have interesting conversations, have an interesting life, read a little bit as well. That's very cool as well. When you know about yourself, you know about life. Self-development books, for example, help me a lot to understand myself and thus be able to give friends recommendations on maybe how to improve their lives too. That's kind of why I'm doing this this YouTube channel as well, kind of just to give advice to people, kind of the cool things I've learned in my life that might help you in your life too, right? So those are the tips I would give for socializing broadly. The more you socialize, obviously, the better you get at this, but they're good tips to keep in mind. And also another tip for socializing: have just good energy, have like a vibrant energy to you when you're in social situations, because people, as I say, are generally boring. They like people who are energetic, who are lively, right? So those are the tips for socializing. 4, physical aptitude. Sign up to a gym, just get big, right? try and build some muscle. Improve your physical aptitude through coordination, right? Through activities, for example, like boxing. Learn how to fight. It gives you a bunch of confidence too, right? So in terms of physical activity, just basically get big, eat big, and improve your physical prowess in terms of your confidence basically in physical activities, right? Be it boxing, be it rugby, for example, like I did in the past. That was very good for learning how to run, learning how to dodge people, learning how to just be skillful and be able to predict movements of other bodies and also just predict risks in terms of like what gaps maybe you would be able to penetrate defenses, or just like even how to coordinate with other teammates, right? To defeat the other team, and how to be like more savvy than the other team, maybe by kicking the ball over the defense and catching it as you're passing the defense line, because they can't tackle you whilst the ball's in the air, whilst you don't have the ball. So just silly things like this, they build your confidence in your movement and your ability to basically confront another human being, we could say. It just gives you confidence. It's not that you're necessarily going to confront people, okay? I've never had a fight on the street with anybody, but it gives you that confidence that if anything happened, you would be able to manage yourself, basically. And also it gives your friends the confidence that maybe if anything were to happen, you could also defend them and be sort of an asset, for example, to the group in that sense, right? So that's another big one. Like being big already imposes, right? And having physical aptitudes in terms of maybe boxing or just any other physical sport is a good thing too, because it gives you confidence. It just exudes that confidence in social situations too. So the third and last skill, and I think it's the most important one, is money. Okay, you have to develop a valuable skill to be able to generate money so that you can do the things you want, so that you can have the freedom you want, and so that you can focus on socializing, so that you can focus on on your physical prowess as well. So you can focus on these other activities by generating a valuable skill that will allow you maybe to work from home, work less hours, and earn more money. Okay, so you need to develop value skill. The one I teach on, well, the one I recommend on this channel is web development. It's one that's helped me earn my freedom. Okay, and I'm constantly earning freedom the better I get at web development, and constantly improving my salary the better I get in web development, because I'm able to offer more value, right? So web development for me is an invaluable skill nowadays. It's a skill that will give you a ton of freedom in terms of time, and a ton of freedom in terms of ability to maybe leave your job for a few months and then find another one whenever you want, right? And really, really good salaries, okay? So web development is one that I would go to, but understand that finances are really important. They really, really change the dynamic you have with your friends, even with women, right? When you go out, you can do more interesting plans, you can travel more, you can do all these other things that you can't do without money. Not having money limits your freedom. Having money gives you way more freedom, okay? So money is really, really important. It gains respect because it basically puts you in the position where you can provide. You're a person that can provide for themselves and can provide for other people, even for your family. You gain respect in your family too. I've noticed in my family, after becoming a web developer and starting to earn a good salary, my family respects me way more than they did when I was an English teacher, right? And didn't really have a concrete plan for how to build a good life, right? Relationships I've had. For example, my ex-girlfriend, when I transitioned into web development, her respect for me grew. And it grew not just because I transitioned into web development, because I actually said I was going to do something and I did it, right? My friends also, every time they've seen that I changed career, for example, to copywriting one time. I did some copywriting in Malta for a while. They saw me as the person that says something and that does something. When I said I was getting into web development, they just out of the blue just had respect for me because they knew I was going to do it, right? Because I said I was going to do something. Every time I've said I was going to do something, I would do it, right? So when I told them that I was going to become a web developer, they started getting a bit like, oh damn, he's going to start earning more money than us, right? So, and now that I do earn a good chunk of money, they respect that. So that's another way to gain respect. Okay, finances, not just respect, but freedom in your life. Finances, I would say, is the most important out of the three. Okay, so really focus on finances, get that in order, because it's really going to trickle down also to your social life, right? So if you have money and if you have freedom, you can socialize more and you can dedicate more time to fitness and also, in my case, boxing, for example, right? So these are the three main areas I would focus on if you want to generate respect in your life and you want to gain respect as a man, both from men and from women, okay? And if you focus on these, I guarantee that your life will improve dramatically. These are the tips for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos like this, and man, do it every day and you'll be okay. Ciao.